to solve this 3 by 3, it's actually already halfway done for you. It's kind of nice because this variable is given to you. You know what the z is. Sweet. We already have part of our answer. So we can write our answer right here. It's going to have 3 different variables, the x, y, and the z. The z goes last, so I'm going to put 2 right there. This is going to be my solution. Now, let's see here. Since I know this one variable, the z, I look at this other equation, I go, hey, I know what that z is, and if I can plug something in there, I can find the y. So, let's do it. Let's plug something in there so we can find the y. There's our z. We have y plus 3 times z equals 5. I throw the z in there, and then I finish it. So I got 6. Y equals -1. Because I subtract 6 from both sides, I get -1. Alright, so we have 2 of our answers. Now we have 2 of our answers. If we look up at this equation, this is the only equation with the x in it. I just have to plug in the y and the z, and then I can find my x. Oh, I like this problem. This problem's very nice. 2 times y plus 3 times z equals 9. My z is going to be 2. My y is -1. And so I solve it. I get positive 2 here. This is going to be a 6. 6 and 2 are 8. So let's clean it up. X plus 8 equals 9. I subtract 8 from both sides. X equals 1. Done with that problem. Alright, so now we have, this is where it gets a little hairy. It's a little hairier than what we just saw. It's not that bad when you start learning how to do it, but I know how scary this can look to you guys. Your whole strategy is this. Create a 2 by 2 system, and then solve that one, and then you can plug stuff in. What's he talking? He said 2 by 2? Yeah, I said 2 by 2. What you want to do is create a 2 by 2 because you know you can solve that one. That's a 2 by 2, and this one right here, this is a 3 by 3. Why is it a 3 by 3? It's called a 3 by 3. I'm calling it a 3 by 3 because there's 1, 2, 3 equations, and it has 3 variables. So 3 equations, 3 variables. Let's make a 2 equation, 2 variable system because we know how to solve those. We can solve those no problem. Now some of you guys are looking into the future here going, oh, okay, so I'm going to start eliminating some variables. Now you can create different 2 by 2s. You can create a 2 by 2 that has an xy for the variables. You can create a 2 by 2 that has a zy or an xz, whichever one you want. Now this one in particular, I would highly encourage doing an xy just because we already have one equation that has an xy in it. So let's write that xy equation right here. Now we must create our other equation with only an xy, and we're going to do that by using this equation and this equation. You could do it differently. You can actually use this equation and this equation. Actually, no, you can't because you won't be able to eliminate the z's. We have to use these 2 equations. So let's write them down. We have x minus 2y plus 3z equals 9. And then we have 2x minus 5y plus 5z equals 17. Okay, now we want to eliminate the z's. You can't pick another one. You want to eliminate the z's because in the end we want one equation that we can write right here with this one that only has 2 variables, the x and the y. Okay, so in order to eliminate the z's for this one, it sounds like I keep saying disease. Alright, I'm going to multiply the top one and multiply the bottom one. What's the common multiple for the 3 and the 5? 15. So let's go 5 on the top and -3 on the bottom. Let's write our new ones. Our new ones are 5x minus 10y plus 15z equals 9. And the bottom one's going to be 45. Oh, good looking out. Don't make that mistake. That's the most common mistake I get when I'm grading these things. And I made it in front of you. I was trying to be an example. -6x plus, what was that, positive 15y minus 15z equals 3 times 17, which is 50, negativo. Alright, now we add up these dudes together. Our z's get eliminated because they add to 0. 45 plus -51 is going to be a -6. And then we have, let's see, that's 5 y's, positive. And then there's 1x, but it's a -x, so -1x. So there you have it. There's our 2 by 2 equation. -x plus 5y equals -6. Now you solve this 2 by 2. Once you find the x and the y, you will take that x and the y and plug it into one of these to find your z. You guys ready to go? Did I multiply everything right? Yeah, multiply everything. Okay, so let's multiply this bottom equation by -1 so that my x's will eliminate each other. So I have a negative or positive there, negative, and positive. Okay, cool. I don't have to rewrite everything like I was doing before. All right, x plus negative x is 0, so those cancel out. I'm left with -2y equals 2. Oh, look how pretty this one looks. You don't always get this, guys. Take a picture. It won't last forever. Alright, so we found the y, so that's going to be our -1 right there. It's our y. Now to find the x, take that -1 and plug it back into one of these y's. If you plug it into one of these y's, actually plug it into that one right there. But that y and that y won't work because then you'll have a z in there still. So let's see, let's -1, let's plug it into this top one right here. We got -x plus 3, we're going to plug in -1 right there, equals -4. 3 and -1 is -3. I have to add 3 to both sides, right? Right? Add 3. So that's going to be -x equals -1. X equals
1.
uno.
So once you get that first one right,
There's a reason why we do this, so that people can learn something. Okay, we have an x and we have a y. Let's plug it into this top one. That sounds good. So we have 1 minus 2 plus 3z equals 9. Does it work out nice and pretty?
Yes.
-1. Ooh, I like pretty things. 1. That gives me a +2. Plus 3z equals 9. Alright, so this is a 3. Let's subtract 3 from both sides. I get 6. 3z equals 6. Z equals dose. That's your answer for that one. Alright, I'm going to make another video, separate video for the last bad mamma jamma.